Well, there we are. The first part is done. She's all welded on. And I just primed it and painted it. And then after I did that, I realized that I still have to do some work on the bottom. So I'm going to have to sand the bottom underneath, because I still have to put another bottom plate on it so I can slide it over. So guess what? I just gave myself more work. It's not a big deal. It'll sand off easy. So I'll just put the belt sander on it real quick and get it down to bare metal. But it held me up because now I can't finish it until it's dry. But I was such a hurry to get it done, to see how it was going to look and hold up, that I wasn't thinking about it. I just said, let me see what it's going to look like. Let me see what it's going to look like. So figure now, coming off the bottom, I'll put a little, like a 1/4 inch, well, whatever the thickness of the blade is, about a 1/4 inch plate from here to here across the whole bottom. Basically what you're seeing here without the top, alright, a plate on the bottom. Then I'll take some maybe 3/8 or so stock and come right across the bottom, off the bottom plate, leaving about 3/8 of an inch, or whatever the blade is, gap between this bar and the lower bar that'll be underneath that. So it'll be able to slide over and between the plate, if you know what I mean. And then I'll drill 2 holes so I can drop 2 lock pins through to the other side, and then we're done. So I can use it on either the top of the blade or the bottom of the blade. And for those of you who didn't see the first part, I'm talking about the bucket on my tractor. And I've got a small hitch that'll slide right in there. I can pop the ball on it and I'm all done, because I got the ball over here. So you can figure a hitch going into that, poof, slide it in and lock it, and when I'm done I can take it out. Then I can use this down in here, so if I got to take the pole up and down, the light pole in the back, so the ball will be coming off this plate. So alright guys, that's where I'm at so far. And then I'm going to go in and take a quick shower. I was on the phone with the state police for a few minutes today, and NRA. I had a 19-year-old that wanted to take a shotgun class so that he can go purchase a shotgun and shoot skeet, which is legal, 18 and over in Connecticut if you want to shoot trap or something. You know, as a sport. You can buy a shotgun as long as you take the course and you have a driver's license. So, and the kid took the course. He's 19 years old. He did really well. You know, he went through the whole thing. But NRA, and I noticed it, and I was surprised when I seen it. NRA, you know, you got to buy these courses off of NRA naturally. You know, and I haven't had the shotgun one in a while, so I didn't have any in stock. So I ordered a half a dozen just to get them in. Now they come in their little packet. You know, you get the book, you get the certificate, you get the answer sheet, you get all the bullshit, you know, and everything you supposedly need to do this. And everything was always well and fine. But I noticed this time, the certificate, even though it did say shotgun, it says first choice or something like that. I forgot, now to be honest with you. I should know this, but I don't remember, because it's just one of those things I never seen on the shotgun one before. So I didn't really pay any mind to it. But the state apparently left a message on my machine questioning the course that this gentleman took. So I'm trying to get a hold of them and to let them know that this is the course, but the certificate apparently has been changed. And I'm trying to get a hold of NRA, so I'm waiting for Sean to get back to me. He's kind of the one that we talk to. And try to put this thing together is to finding out what is what and what has changed and what has not changed. Because sometimes they make these changes and they really don't put anything out there until you order something like I just did and not realizing it. So then I would normally call to question it. But again, we never had the state questioning us before as they are now. So, you know, at this point, that's what I'm doing. So I'm waiting for Sean to call me back from NRA, and I'm waiting for a detective to call me back from the Department of Public Safety, which is the state police, so we can get this done so that the young man can go buy himself a shotgun. So, but we'll see what happens. So, but one thing at a time. So I'm putzing around here because they're talking about a lot of rain coming, like 3 inches of rain within the next couple hours or so. I think tomorrow, Wednesday. I think you guys southwest of us and south of us had already gotten it. I guess it's on its way up and over. So I guess it was all those tornadoes you guys got hit with down there. I guess that's the storm we're getting, but we're not going to get the tornadoes, but we are going to get a lot of rain. I only remember in my lifetime 2 tornadoes in the state of Connecticut, and they've only lasted a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And actually, one of them I was in and didn't even know it. Years ago, I was coming back from Bradley International, an airport up here in Connecticut, up north. And I was actually driving a limousine. My old man drove limousine, and one day the owner of the company needed another driver. And seeing that my license covered that at the time, they asked me if I can cover and do a run. So I said, all right. So I had to go up to the Bradley International. And coming back, I was coming back empty. It had gotten so dark, so quick, so windy, thunder, which I thought was thunder, and rumbling, which I thought was the airplanes, because I was right there. I had just pulled out of the airport, and I was right next to the museum up there, the airfield. There's a little museum, and I was just underneath the underpass. And as all this is happening, you know, I'm hearing all this noise, and I'm just thinking it's a plane taking off from the airport, which is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles back. So that wouldn't be unheard of. But it was, like I say, it got so dark. Rain came down so hard. And I was driving under the underpass as this was all going on. As I got out the other side, it started lightening up, and it was over with. And then when I got home, I found out that there was a tornado hit down and blasted the shit out of the museum that I was no more than maybe 1,000 yards from, if that. So, but anyway, that one, and there was another one in a small community up here called Hamden, Connecticut, and that hit down in a neighborhood and popped out a few houses and lifted right back up again and was gone. So we don't get a whole lot of tornadoes here in Connecticut that I'm aware of anyway. That was the only 2 that I've ever been or heard of, and one being somewhat in. So anyway, we're going to get that rain, so it gives me some things to do. Before it comes, I'm trying to decide if I want to plant some grass seed before it comes and then have the rain, just wash it away, or wait until after and while the ground's wet, lay the grass. And I'm thinking of waiting. After the ground's wet, I'll go out there, lay the grass, and do a little raking to get it in and let it be. So, and then pull the tractor in here because I got to put some new grease fittings on it. You know those little rubber grease fittings? I don't know if I've showed you it or not, but on top of your grease fittings, you got those little rubber boots. Well, those are always wearing out on the front of the tractor. And the John Deere company doesn't, the local John Deere dealers don't want to sell you the boots. They want to sell you the whole tie rod. You know, and you're talking a couple $100 a rod here. You know, and those boots are going to wear out. Yeah, you know, within months, weeks of putting them on. So what I've been doing is, where the hell are they? I got them around here someplace. Oh, here they are. I go to Walmart, Wally World, and I buy dog toys. Or, in this case, you guys would don't know is, that's a chalk holder for pool. But I buy these things, and believe it or not, that works. And they cost me like $50. All right? Sometimes they're a little too big, so I got to cut them in half. But as long as it keeps the dirt out, who cares? And sometimes I'll just cut them right here, you know, almost in half, about 2/3, and I'll use the majority of the side. But that's what I use, and they work just fine. Little tennis balls that comes on a rope, you know, for the dogs to play with. I take the rope off it. I'll cut that right at that line right there. I'll take the bolt out, drop it over it, fill it up with grease, and she holds. So for a couple dollars, I can do all the grease fittings. It takes me about a half an hour, and I'm done. And it saves me a few $100. So now they can sell you the fittings, I'm sure, but you know they don't want to go out of their way for a $2 part, I guess. I don't know. You know, but you know those $2 parts add up after a while, because where am I going to go when I need something else? I'll go back to them because they treated me right. But you don't want to treat me right. Screw you. So, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going in, guys.